What is going on, good people? We're back here working on a weekend and always throughout the week as well. It's the Compete Forever Madden League Season 78 playoffs. That's right, for the top Madden players in the world playing for cash and prizes as we get you set for the NFL playoffs. And yes, we got the AFC Championship game this weekend, and the NFC Championship game will get you set here as we put the sports and esports. It is the intersection of sports and gaming, the Compete Forever Madden League Season 78 Madden League playoffs. All right, let's come inside here. Larry Ridley here, CBS Sports Madden. NFL, also a little CFB League, and a little NBA 2K Association. We're live here on a Tuesday night. That means we're talking Madden NFL, and also the NFL got the playoffs this weekend. AFC Championship game, Bills and Ravens. NFC Championship game between the Eagles and the Commanders. And folks, we're live right here. Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster, folks, right here in Brooklyn off of Mother Gaston Boulevard. We're talking about soul food and seafood, flavors colliding. They've been here for 5 years. Folks, it is a fusion of Southern-inspired chicken dishes and soul food and coastal-inspired seafood dishes right here in Brooklyn. Look at this beautiful place. Man, you get the chopped cheese, man. You got the rice, you got the chicken and waffles, red velvet chicken and waffles, birthday cake, you name it, regular chicken and waffles, a lot of different seafood and soul food options. Look at that. Oh, got the yams. Oh, man, my taste buds are going crazy. Come check them out right here live from Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster on Mother Gaston Boulevard here in Brooklyn. All right, let me go ahead and bring in my player partner, my brother from another mother. There he is. He is in those three rivers, the confluence. It's the confluence, folks, of the three rivers. Nubyjas, Wilborn, writer for Sports Illustrated and SI.com. Real quickly, Nubyjas, it's been a while, been a few weeks since we've seen you. What are those three rivers down there in Pittsburgh?
The Ohio and the Monongahela at the confluence form the Allegheny.
No. OHIO, right? OHIO, right? Ohio.
Yeah. The Allegheny and the form the confluence of Ohio. Yeah.
Monongahela.
The Monongahela and the Allegheny form the confluence of the Ohio. I've been out of practice, but we back at it.
Right. English it is Monongahela, folks.
Monongahela.
There you go. How you been, man? You ready to rock and roll, man? Talk some NFL.
Hey, man, look, man. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Feliz Navidad, and all this stuff, and we are back at it, man. Looking forward to getting here in 2025, and we are still alive. So
we are live, man. We going all the way live, man. We getting active here in 2025, live here from Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster here in BK off of Mother Gaston Boulevard. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the rules real quickly here, guys. Compete Forever Madden League Season 78 playoffs. Yes, all Madden is the mode competitive game style. Head-to-head current rosters. We like to call those regs. All regular teams, 32 NFL teams are available. 5-minute quarters, single elimination format, folks. You ain't got to go home, but you do got to get the heck up out of here. How about the prizes? Because it's all about that shmoney. $300 guaranteed, $150 first place, and they also get an NFL licensed zip chair. And folks, go to zipchair.com. They literally make the best gaming chairs in the world. Office furniture, you name it, sofas, gaming desks, everything that you need there at zipchair.com. They got all the NFL teams, NBA teams, Major League Baseball, NHL, Major League Soccer, and also NCAA squads as well in colleges. Check them out online. And also, if you got custom pieces, they can definitely do that for you as well. Zipchair.com. Once again, check them out online, zipchair.com. Second place, $75. Third place, $50. And fourth place runs up out this piece with $25 straight cash. How about the bracket here as we start season 78? And we're going to start on the AFC side. So on the left-hand corner of your screen, top left-hand corner, AFC Divisional round, we got Fear the Huskers. He's a 5-time Madden League champion playing with the Kansas City Chiefs. How about LevelSkar? Leveling up over the last 2 or 3 seasons. He's playing with the Dolphins. Should be a really good game. And let's take a look at the player profiles. And we'll start with our guy, LevelSkar. Old dude. But right here from Jersey, or I'm actually in New York, we're live here, Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster. I live in Jersey. He's also from Jersey, Elizabeth, New Jersey, right over Interstate 78, over the Newark Bay, between Bayonne and Elizabeth, where, of course, the Newark Airport is. And Elizabeth, he's 38 years of age, a quality control person for a concrete company, and he's been to multiple C4 Madden League playoff appearances. And how about our guy, the 5-time champion? We're talking about Fear the Huskers, government name, Robert Neely. He's from Omaha, Nebraska, 23 years of age. He's a civil engineer, folks, and they're working on the largest and the tallest structure in the city of Omaha. And if I had to guess, hell, right? It's got to be the tallest structure in the whole daggone state of Nebraska, too, because Omaha is one of the bigger cities in Nebraska, and he's a 5-time C4 Madden League champion. All right, what about our picks? Let's take a look at the Molly Pop picks. Molly Pop grapes as sweet as candy, folks. Molly Pop grapes take the world by sweet storm with the pink bag. Promise, folks, you see that pink bag in your grocery stores, you got to understand you're getting really good, high-quality produce. Check them out online, mollypopgrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy, about 20 different varieties of grapes. Grapes as sweet as candy, really crunchy as well. How about Larry Ridley at the top? That'd be me. 37-11 on the season. Andrew Richmond right behind me, folks. 3 games back, right, Andrew? 4 from the win column, 2 from the loss column. Added together, that's 6. Divide by 2, you get 3. Nubyjas Wilborn, he is back in the fold. 13-5, looking good. We'll see how we fare today. All right, let's go ahead and bring everybody in. And there's my girl down there, Andrea Richmond. A Rich, peace up, A down. She is in the A-town. A Rich, how we doing on this Tuesday night, man? And who you rolling with? You going with Fins or Chiefs?
You know what? It's a little bit cold, a little bit balmy because it is snowing over here. We had a whole Gulf Coast storm. So, I mean, we don't even have it as bad as New Orleans is. So, shout out to them. But we talk about it being cold. And guess what? It's the playoffs this time of the year. You know who else gets cold? None other. In the Kansas City area, baby. It's snowing.
The kingdom.
They keep on growing. And they keep on getting these dubs. It's the Huskers, baby. I'm going to go ahead and go with my guy. He always gets it done. He has 5 of them things for a reason. Let them ring, baby. Huskers all day.
Gotcha. All right. Nubyjas, are you rolling with LevelSkar and those Dolphins? Or are you rolling with Huskers and Kansas City?
I think I'm going to roll with Huskers, man. I have not seen him play yet. For whatever reason, I have missed Huskers, so I'm not.
So you're not familiar with his game.
Right.
Okay, Shaq, I see you.
But I am willing to find out. So we gonna.
Yeah, you're gonna mess around and find out. You're gonna mess around and find out.
Faithful, baby.
Well, hey, man. Hey, apparently, if I've learned nothing else going into 2025, that is the way of the world.
Slow it down, Slugger. Slow it down, Slugger.
I get what
hang on, Slugger.
I'm just saying,
calm down, Slugger. Hey, it's just day 2, bro. You got a long way to go. Pace yourself. All right.
Well, they ain't.
You got to be better, man. 20-second timeout for you. Cut his mic. Nubyjas Wilborn. I'm gonna roll with. Look, folks, I'm going to tell you something very simple, okay? You ain't got to respect them, but you damn show better fear them, right? Fear the Huskers.
I think fear the Huskers, yeah.
Give me Huskers, a 5-time champ. But I'll tell you something, folks. LevelSkar is from Jersey. He's gritty. He's going to bring it. He's a Jersey boy. He's from the Garden State. I think he puts up a fight, comes up a little short. But give me Fear the Huskers here to move on to the AFC Championship game in a couple of weeks. You'll see it right here live on YouTube, Twitch, and also Bally Live. All right, guys, you ready to rock and roll? Andrew, you'll be conducting the interviews at the conclusion of the game. Is that true?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. LevelSkar. Miami's got a football team, the greatest football team. Miami Dolphins, LevelSkar, and Fear the Huskers playing with the Kansas City Chiefs. Guys, go ahead and lock it up right here. Play it live right here on Bally Live, Stadium Sports Network, Twitch and YouTube right here, live from BCL. Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster and BK. Guys, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Lock it up. Let's do it live right now. Good luck to both of you. So what state are we at? We are in Azteca, Mexico. The NFL season kicked off from Mexico this past season, right? Oh, that was in Rio. That's right. That was in Brazil. Correct. As we get this thing started here, first down, and it will be Fear the Huskers, bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Robert Neely playing with the Chiefs. LevelSkar, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, playing with the Miami Dolphins. I'm Larry Ridley, CBS Sports, Madden NFL. We got Nubyjas Wilborn here, writer for SI Sports Illustrated. Guys, let's go ahead and get this thing started. What are we going to call this? We're going to call this 1920, week 21, right? If we're counting?
21.
Week 21. Right?
Roger Goodell can't wait to make a week 30, honestly. The way
18 weeks in the regular season, right? Yeah, 18 weeks regular season, wild card, divisional round. It's championship weekend. That's right. Championship Sunday. We'll make it easy. AFC and NFC championship games this weekend. We're going to start right there at the very top. 2 teams are going to the Super Bowl and 2 more teams are going home. Let's start in the AFC, guys. We're talking about, man, this is a game we all want to see. Buffalo Bills, let's go Buffalo, and also Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs trying to three-peat, become the first team in the Super Bowl era to do that and get back to the Super Bowl. The Patriots went to 3 straight. Super Bowl in 2016, 17, and 18. So that'd be 51, 2, and 3. They won 2 or 3, lost the 1 in the middle. Who you got this weekend, guys? Ooh, almost hit that one right there for Worthy. Who you got this weekend? You got Let's Go Buffalo, or you going with Kansas City? We'll start with you, Nubyjas.
I mean, at this point, I have no reason to believe that Kansas City won't find a way to win this game. They have won 15 games in the regular season. We can say that they aren't pretty. We can say all the things. We can point out all the analytics we want to. We can look at all the stats. But there is one statistic that still matters, even in the analytical world.
The one on the left-hand column. That's it.
Right. The one that says W. Shout out to Jameis Winston.
or George. Or George. Since we're talking politics.
George W. Right. Well, no comment. But yes, I digress. But listen, man, look, Buffalo played a solid game against the Baltimore Ravens. I thought the Baltimore Ravens were a better team, and Buffalo won that game at home because, again, it's not a place you want to play. But I'll tell you somewhere else you want to play.
Real quickly, touchdown there by the Kansas City Chiefs and Huskers. He's up 7-0 right off the shoot, man. Just a few plays into the game. Go ahead, Nubyjas.
Huskers ain't messing around. Like I said, there's no reason to believe at Arrowhead Stadium, and not to mention, there's a perception that the referees seem to help them out. There is
that's reality. That's reality.
Right.
It happened to the Patriots. Happened to the Chiefs.
Hey, whether it's fair or not, it is what it is. All I know is this. If it comes down to it and that game is close, and you give that man there, that guy there, him, not him, the other one before him, Patrick Mahomes, you give that man that ball, you let him throw it to that guy there with old girl in the booth, Taylor Swift. And by the way, shout out to Caitlin Clark, who they have decided, I guess they have formed, Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark have formed a coalition, I suppose.
They formed a pact. Tay and Caitlin Clark, besties now.
Which, by the way, people don't understand, if you're familiar with that area, Caitlin Clark is from Iowa.
Yes, big, huge Chiefs fan.
And she actually really is an honest Kansas City Chiefs fan. Right. Also, it is ironic
too for a long time. Yeah,
bless her heart. Somebody's got to watch that stuff. Yeah. But she grew up on it, and of course, she's friends with Taylor Swift because that makes perfect sense. She totally fits their fan base. But I digress. The point is, with all that stuff in their favor, all the things going on, there is no reason to believe that Kansas City won't win this football game.
Hey, Rich, you going with the Chiefs and a three-peat back to the Super Bowl, or are you rolling with Buffalo first time trying to get to the Super Bowl since the early 90s when they went to 4 in a row and lost 4 in a row?
Yeah, this is a tough one. On one hand, if you are a Chiefs fan, you can't feel good coming off that game where CJ Stroud ran for 42 yards, knowing the fact that when you played against them in the regular season, the Bills won on a huge, basically run by himself by Josh Allen at the end of that game.
Big 4th down conversion.
Big 4th down conversion, basically sealed that game and basically won that game. On the other hand, though, the Chiefs, whatever dark magic, whether it be the refs, whether it be the coaching staff, whatever, some people say it's the refs, and everything. But whatever dark magic that they utilize it well, right? You have Patrick Mahomes, even off the heels of acknowledging the fact that this pass rush from the Houston Texans was amazing. He still found a way to scramble around like a greased up deaf guy. Shout out to Family Guy. It was still able to get and convert some conversions. He still made great plays down the field to, you may call him Kelsey, but the way that he was playing like Kels, all right? He wasn't playing like that in the regular season. He was doing that thing. Xavier Worthy looks good. Hollywood Brown is finally looking healthy. It could be a toss-up in a lot of people's minds. I feel like the Chiefs are a clearly more talented team. And then you have the refs on their side. Then you have the coaching staff, Andy Reid, and you also have Spags. And then the home field advantage as well. It's kind of hard to go against the Chiefs, but hey, you also got that man over there, that man, Oh, okay. Well, you also have that man too. But you have Josh Allen, number 17, to go against. He could do some things, but at the end of the day, the Chiefs, it feels like it's inevitable. They're inevitable, Larry, every year.
Nubyjas, does for the Buffalo Bills to have a chance, does Josh Allen have to play like Superman? Because you look what he did against Baltimore. They were able to get some turnovers. He didn't have to do a whole lot. They've been running the ball a lot.
Baltimore. He was all right against Baltimore.
He was fine. But he wasn't Superman.
Yeah.
He wasn't MVP.
I think so. Because here's the thing about the Chiefs. The Chiefs only play 2 football games a year now. The AFC Championship game to get to the Super Bowl, and then the Super Bowl. Everything else is like, like you only do 2 days in jail. The first day you're in, the first day you're out. The first day for the Chiefs starts at the AFC Championship game. And to beat a team like that, yes, it would take a Herculean effort from Josh Allen, I believe. I believe they have to have a Herculean effort from him to win that game. Because one thing about it, Patrick Mahomes is not going to make any mistakes. He's going to give the game away.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like on the ground, you can say that you would want Josh Allen to do that, but I still think that this Buffalo Bills team looks better when Josh isn't forcing the issue or playing too much hero ball, because we all know, of course, sometimes it looks excellent, beautiful. We remember some of the AFC championships that they have in the past and wish Josh Allen has done his thing. But we also remember some performances where Josh Allen has his certified bozo moments. Because, hey, some quarterbacks have them, some have them in bunches, and sometimes Josh can kind of get that. So I think that James Cook is also going to have to be really huge in this game. Also, too, winning those one-on-one matchups on the outside, you're going to want Khalil Shakur. And also, too, we didn't hear anything about him. I almost forgot that he was on that team. But you really need Amari Cooper to do something on that team to be effective, because, again, he faded away in the background. Oh, yeah, he's still important on this team, and he could be a huge playmaker in crucial situations. So Josh is going to have to do his thing, but I don't think it can only be him, because you don't want it to be a situation where, hey, we just saw the same thing happen to Lamar in Buffalo.
Whoa,
you can get some
give me head, top.
Woo!
Top.
Woo! Woo! TikTok dances ain't never bad though. Come on, yeah.
Shout out to my girl Glorilla from my home state of Tennessee. She's from Memphis, Tennessee, Funky Town. I'm from the Ville, Cashville, Nashville, Tennessee. So Huskers up 13-0, pending the PAT. Should be up by 2 scores there. Are you about to say something on the bus?
I mean, I will say this one thing too. I'm so looking forward to this game. Because I do think that these are 2 teams that should be against each other. They have a playoff history. Josh Allen, probably more than any other quarterback when it comes to head-on-head games, has pushed Patrick Mahomes to the highest level. And I just think, man, we're in for a good Sunday, man. It'll be a little bit of a sad Sunday because it'll be our last full Sunday of football. But But as much as hard as say goodbye, I am very excited to see this game, and I think the Chiefs will win, but it should be fun.
To say goodbye to yesterday.
See, I was gonna go with never can say goodbye. No.
A little bit of a faster beat there. Yeah, man. But seriously, I do hope that we realize the treat that we're getting with these quarterbacks playing at this level. Because think about it. We talked about Lamar. We'll mention him more later. Special.
Right.
These 2 gentlemen, special. Jayden Daniels on the other side, special.
Man.
2-point conversion was good there by FearTheHuskers. He's up 15-0. He went for 2 and got it. Kev, I heard you in my ear. Are you good? Okay, long first quarter here. I guess we have that turnover as well. A lot of throwing, a lot of passing. So we're still in the fourth quarter. Can you guys believe this? The first quarter, 2 minutes and some change left?
We usually are well beyond the first block by the time this happens. So it's a weirdo, bizarro world right now.
Wow. So let's go ahead and dive into the second game because there's some other things I want to get you guys' thoughts on. So we're all on Kansas City. Is that correct?
Yes.
You got Chiefs, Andrea? I
got Chiefs. Kim and them, baby. They can't keep getting away with it, but they will.
So I guess we do one of those little graphics. Like you do one of those graphics under. So like if they, somehow the Bills win, they'll show this on their little.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put an asterisk by my name though. I'm gonna say, look here, Chiefs are gonna win, but I am rooting like hell for Buffalo. I want the Bills to get into the Super Bowl. You know what I really wanted? I wanted like Buffalo and Detroit, two long-time suffering franchises to get into the Super Bowl, man. That would be great, man, as far as tickets and just the excitement level there. That would be awesome. But I think the Chiefs, a little bit too much. You're right, though. Like, they are even luckier. And I'm wearing a New England Patriots jacket here. Shout out to our sponsors and our friends and our partners at Ultra Game. We'll talk about them a little bit later in the show. They're way luckier than my Patriots. The Patriots had things go against them big time. We saw it in 2 Super Bowls, 2 of the craziest catches you'll ever see. Yeah. I've seen them lose games that they probably should have won. I've seen them get hosed at times. Now, they had a lot of fortune and a lot of good luck.
Well, I mean,
but Kansas City's got way more luck than New England's had.
I would also say, some of it is luck, but some of it is in striped jerseys. You go ahead, Nubyjas. You take it over. You got
I would also say some of the Patriots' luck was created by them cheating. Yes. The whole Deflategate thing, among other things.
What happened after Deflategate? What happened after Deflategate, guys? What happened after that?
They took Tom Brady's phone and he was mad as heck, dude. I think they overstepped it.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Honestly,
I'm just saying.
They came back and won 3 more times. Right.
They did. I would have still doing it.
With the overinflated footballs, he went into he went against the best defense, one of the top 3 defenses of all time, and threw for 300 yards and like 3 or 4 touchdowns.
That still don't change what they did first time.
We're also looking at some practices of other teams, and we also had some mysteriously pulled fire alarms that happened the night before.
That's shenanigans. That's shenanigans. That's fair. That's fair.
Quote game.
That's game. I'm cool with that. That's fair.
Cheating, kings and shit. Same thing, different way.
But look, one thing I do think we have to say about Kansas City, especially this season, and I do think it's important to acknowledge they have continuously elevated themselves, even in found ways. Like, they've improved on defense. They have continued to.
They're a defensive football team right now. They are a defensive football team.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And they get, like, first, they lost their best corner, L'Jarius Sneed. Okay, fine. And they figure somebody else in there.
Let my boy go. Travarius Ward from MTSU, Middle Tennessee.
They got 2 great stunners on top of that, after that.
And remember, let Tyreek Hill go. Won, 2 Super Bowls without him, as great a player as he was.
Yep.
Their general manager is good. Their ownership is good. They are a class organization in ways that we don't see. And doing it in a mid-market, you know what I'm saying? Because as we know, Kansas City is not New York, it's not Boston, it's not LA. So a lot of respect to that franchise and what it has done over these last 10 years. And even before that, they've been a pretty good organization, but they've really stepped it up in these last 10 years.
And I just want to say, real quick, like, good franchises find a way to win. Good teams find a way to win, and also to find a way to rebuild. We just talked about this defense. Like, they were on DOA because they pay so much.
No, they don't rebuild. They reload. They reload.
I think this team is significantly better than the team from last year too, because you have more offensive weapons on top of the fact that your defense is still also already great. You keep on drafting well. You keep on finding ways to manipulate the cap, and you keep your coaches as well. They're a well-oiled machine, and again, it comes from the top down. Shout out to the Chiefs because they're world-class organization in every single facet.
All right, we're all on the Chiefs, but man, come on, Buffalo. Let's go, man. Mafia, I'm rooting for you. Everybody in Western New York, let's go Bills. All right, we got a 15-0 ball game here. Start of the second quarter, about 4 minutes and 51 seconds left. That first quarter, brought to you by our good friends right here at BCL, folks. That's Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster, man. We're talking about soul food and seafood spot here. Flavors, the soul food and the seafood, they combine there, guys, and they come live. They've been here for 5 years, right off of Mother Gaston Boulevard here in Brooklyn. You're talking about a fusion of Southern-inspired chicken dishes and also coastal-inspired seafood creations, man. So you got soul food and seafood. Is there anything better than seafood and soul food? I'm answering for you. No. Check them out online, brooklynchickenandlobster.com. They're right here in Brooklyn. Give them a call as well, man. They got everything that you want. Breakfast, waffles, chicken, you name it, empanadas, everything. Jerk chicken, chopped cheese. It's all here. Check them out online, brooklynchickenandlobster.com. And shout out to my girl there, Yvette, and also my guy as well. Jamel. So we're back here live here at Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster here in Brooklyn. Larry Ridley, CBS Sports, Madden, NFL, CFB League, and also NBA 2K Association. You got my brother with me, Nubyjas, Wilborn, writer for SI Sports Illustrated. Got my girl with me, Peace Up, A Down. She is always, if you're looking for her, you can find her in the A-Town. Andrea Richmond, top right-hand corner of your screen. Huskers, Robert Neely playing with the Chiefs, up 15-0. Couple score lead here with 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Bottom right-hand corner of your screen, LevelSkar in a lot of trouble. He's got to level up here, about to go down by 3 scores here with Huskers about to score again. Pacheco inside the 2 to about the 1 second and goal here. All right, second game on Sunday. It's actually the first game. The NFC game is first because Fox has the Super Bowl this year. That means CBS gets the late game. Last year, we had the Super Bowl at CBS. We had the first game, and Fox gets the late game. I figured that out this weekend for my folks at CBS. That's how they do it. Touchdown, speaking of how you do it, Chiefs up 21-0. Let's get you guys' thoughts here. So, NFC championship game is a rematch of the regular season between the Commanders and the Eagles. The meeting will be the third of this season. Eagles won 1. Commanders won the last one. Jayden Daniels threw for 5 touchdowns. They came back and won that game. Just a great performance by him. Cinema, moving pictures, color pictures, exactly. Your thoughts here, Andrew? Who wins this third matchup? It's the rubber game, the rubber matchup. You going with young Jayden, those Commanders, or you going to fly, Eagles fly?
Hey, if we're showing picks on the bottom of the screen, I just want to throw back to last week where I did say that the Commanders would beat this Lions team because that Lions defense, not doing so hot towards the end of the year. And shout out to that Commanders defense stepping up in crucial situations. You had a good run, Commanders, but it is going to be hard against this Eagles defense. I think that they're going to be much more disciplined in that play action. And honestly, great job to the Commanders too, making sure that they didn't bite too hard on McVay's play action, because McVay loves to run that. But on the other end, on the opposite end, I think that this Eagles team is so much more disciplined in that secondary than the Lions unit was. And also, too, that they have better pass rushers and better run stoppers on that interior defensive and exterior defensive line to make sure that it's going to be a hard day in the office, making sure that Brian Robinson and also to Austin Eckler can run down their throats like they did in that Lions game. The only issue, though, is this Eagles offense. They're not really inspiring me a lot to say for sure that, hey, the Commanders have no chance at all. Jayden Daniels is hooping. He always finds an answer for the blitz, and I feel like this is going to be a game where that blitz is going to be tested. His ability to test the blitz and withhold the blitz is going to be tested because, hey, man, Sweat is hooping, and then also to Smith hooping as well. They're getting to the rusher regardless. Go ahead, though. Give me the Eagles. If they can find a way to make sure that Saquon Barkley can at least get some crucial down moments and also to just 1 or 2 big plays with A.J. Brown and also Devontae Smith, they can make this last. I don't feel great about them, but we're going very soft Eagles. I trust that defense a lot more, and they're going to have to lean on them because if this is a close game, that man right there, number 5, he can make sure that you are going to be in H-E-double-L hockey sticks, baby. You don't want that to happen.
Jayden Daniels with the win, I guess he could tie the rookie record for most wins. I think it is 15th win for a rookie, and also for a rookie to get to the Super Bowl. Ben Roethlisberger got to, I believe, the championship game,
and he didn't look anything like this.
Right? No, not putting up the numbers like that. Nubyjas, they split in the regular season. Who wins this third matchup? This one in Philly. The game the Eagles won was also in Philly. Who you like?
I like Washington, man.
Oh,
I do. I'm serious. I would not have said that.
You going Commanders?
I am. I did not have the Commanders beating Detroit. I thought Detroit was going to pound them up there, and Washington beat the brakes off the Lions. Like, let's be clear. They bashed. Now, I will give this caveat. Detroit has had more injuries than the show MASH, okay? I mean, my goodness, especially on that defense, man. You start with Hutchinson and you keep going down. I mean, I think at one point they were calling ushers out of the stand to see if they can, like, backpedal a little bit, you know. Now,
will arise.
Hey, and you gotta factor that in, and I also wonder.
You gotta be smart about it.
focused their coordinators were when they're interviewing for other jobs as well.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? Because we don't factor into this is where, hey, both defensive offensive coordinator as well as other assistant, because not just the coordinators, there's also other assistant coaches on that staff that are thinking about, well, where am I going to be next year? If you're let's say you're the running back coach, are you going to go with Ben Johnson to Chicago, or are you going to stay? Or are you going to go with Aaron Glenn when he goes wherever he goes? I wonder how focused that team really was. That said, Washington came in and handled business.
They did.
Still on it too.
But didn't you expect at some point for the luck to run out for Detroit? You just can't go out there missing like 7 or 8 starters, man. And you got
4 or 5 games at the end of the year.
I feel bad for them, man.
By 30.
Yeah. You knew they were going to score 30, but at some point, giving up 30 to 40 is going to come back to bite you, because at some point, your offense can't put up 40. They're going to have a bad game.
And Goff did not only score 30. Yeah. You're right. I mean, here's the thing. I really do feel bad for Detroit fans, for those people, because now, well, some of them. Now, some of them be talking that crazy talk. So, keep your buffs or whatever, wherever you do in your Detroit life, okay? Just move on and stay away from the water in Flint. But I digress. All I'm saying is that I do feel bad for those people in the way of, this was probably their year. It really probably was, and injuries held them back, and you won't know.
Well, they've got a window too. They have a window.
Yeah, we'll see.
But you're right. It was set up for them this year. It was set up.
Windows closed, and keep in mind, next year they won that division. So that means you're going to play a first-place schedule next year. Hard schedule next year. These things, it changes real fast in the NFL.
And windows come into question when you have a quarterback who, in high-leverage situations, can sometimes give up the goods, and sometimes, a lot of the times, give up the goods.
Yeah, I mean, there are questions, but Detroit ain't here. The Commanders are, which it is amazing how quickly they change from their bad ownership situation. Probably the worst, literally. That man was one of the worst, maybe 5 owners in sports.
I think they had 2 or 3 playoff wins in his whole entire tenure. They've already had 2 this year. Daniel Snyder.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Daniel Snyder was a terrible owner in so many ways.
And a terrible person. And a terrible person, too.
Well, before we get into his terrible humanity and some of the things that he's still accused of, go look that up if you want to. There's some really ugly, nasty things that he is accused of doing and being a part of that are still not litigated yet. I digress. But getting back to it, they have got a new owner, and they got that young brother there. Not him, but Jaden Daniels. Because speaking of him, the guy before there, Jalen Hurts, I don't know if I trust him right now.
Yeah.
I don't. And I hate to say that, man, because I know the sisters love seeing him. I get why.
We love the Jordan cleats, even though he gets fined for one.
Hey, he got the Jordan cleats and all that. Hey, he be clean. He got the old soul with the music. He seemed like a wonderful young man. All of it. Hey, he seems like a wonderful young man, and I mean that.
Right.
He does.
But
I don't trust him right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got more faith in James Daniels.
Real quickly, I got to get you guys on here before I get into this commercial read. Andrew, who you got? You got Commanders or Eagles?
I got the Eagles very softly, though. Don't be surprised if the Commanders can find a way. Jaden Daniels always has names.
I'm taking the Commanders.
Commanders. I got Eagles. I want Commanders to win. I love to see them. That'd be great.
Fun.
I'm like Marlon Humphrey. Anybody but Kansas City. You see what he said? Yes, I'm hating. Call me a hater. Anybody but Kansas City, because I'm sick of it.
Me, I'm hating.
Marlon Humphrey had a chance, but
Yeah, I know. We'll talk about his chance and Lamar coming up. So start of the third quarter here, 4:55 to go here in the third quarter. 23-0 lead here for Fear the Huskers and the Chiefs. That second quarter brought to you by our good friends at Visit Atlantic City. Check them out online, visitAtlanticCity.com. Hit them up for all of your planning purposes, man. And look, when you go down to Atlantic City, you're going to get to do a lot of great things. You got live entertainment, live sports, a lot of entertainment options, great restaurants. And of course, you got the world famous boardwalk. 9 casinos as well down there in AC at Visit Atlantic City. Check them out for all of your planning purposes online. Visit AtlanticCity.com. They've also merged with our folks at Visit AC. It's all right there under one umbrella. Visit AtlanticCity.com. If you're going down to the Jersey Shore, anywhere near the Atlantic City area, hit them up. All right, the second quarter brought to you by our good friends at VisitAtlanticCity.com. Back here live at BCL, Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster here live in Brooklyn, right off of Mother Gaston Boulevard here. A great restaurant here, man. Just great combination, soul food and seafood colliding right here in Brooklyn. Literally, CBS Sports Madden, NFL, NBA 2K Association. You got Nubyjas Wilborn as well joining us from Pittsburgh, PA. He is a writer for SI.com. Andrea Richmond, sportscaster and esportscaster extraordinaire down in Atlanta. She is, are you snowed in, Andrea?
Oh, a little bit snowed in. I was actually going to exercise on the course today. I decided, nah, man, I want to make sure Atlanta drivers can't drive. I'm not about to risk my car, but okay. Like, that's paid off. Not at all.
Gotcha. We want to make sure that you're safe. Bottom left-hand corner of the screen, Huskers playing with Kansas City. He's on defense. He's got the lead 23-0. But here comes LevelSkar. And guys, speaking of here it comes, we thought that it would be the Ravens and Lamar Jackson coming. And we thought that they'd be in this Super Bowl party here. Coming up here and playing for the AFC title game. They're not going to be. Of course, the Ravens got beat by the Bills last weekend, a game you saw on CBS last weekend up in Buffalo, lost 27-25. I'm still a little salty that the Ravens went for 2 twice when they should have just kicked both extra points and they would have tied up the ball game. Your thoughts here on Lamar Jackson and his teammates coming to his defense? I thought it was a great job by Marlon Humphrey and some of his other teammates there in Baltimore. The teammates coming to the defense of Lamar Jackson, saying that it's inevitable, folks. It's inevitable. Almost like we're talking about, Marvel Comics or something. Like, I am inevitable. Put on the, the glove, man. I'm inevitable. He says it is inevitable that Lamar Jackson wins a Super Bowl. Is that a true statement? Do you believe Lamar Jackson and the Ravens will win a Super Bowl? I tend to believe wholeheartedly in my soul, Andrew Richmond, that Action Jackson, the new era 8, will win one. But damn it, it's getting late early.
The whole reason that I'm actually in sports in the first place actually is because of number 8 right here. I noticed a long time ago, I can actually say in Louisville, he looked like he could be one of the best quarterbacks in the league. All the things that he needed to work on were extremely fixable, but unfortunately was doubted constantly coming out. And we know how the NFL draft is, particularly how they used to view black quarterbacks. There's been constant, and I mean constant, doubts and questions about Lamar Jackson, and each and every single time, even starting from when he was in college, in high school, I apologize, he's been able to overcome whatever expectation has been laid out to him or what he couldn't do. But I am going to pull from Shanahan, knowing the fact that I am a big Lamar Jackson fan, and say, hey, man, the only thing inevitable right now is death. That's the only thing that we know that is inevitable in our life. And taxes, too. Ask Wesley Snipes, baby. But
that's right.
No matter how much I want to say that Lamar Jackson can do this, I'll be honest, I don't trust in Baltimore the way that they're run to provide that environment to make sure that he does get to that level, because I still feel like there's too much reliance, even with the acquisition of Derrick Henry, to make sure that he plays perfect ball in order to make sure that they get to that level. Last night, we saw that the defense did not save him in crucial moments. We talked about Tom Brady. We talked about Patrick Mahomes. Even Joe Burrow, who's been in a Super Bowl. There were a lot of interceptions or turnovers that they had, but their defense was able to make sure that they came through in big moments and high-level situations to make sure that they can have another opportunity. Lamar Jackson has never been afforded that. In fact, Lamar Jackson gets the blame, even though there were times in multiple playoff games where his center high snapped the ball. It wasn't just last night. It also happened in several moments. Receiver drops didn't happen just last night. It happened also in several other moments. The receivers, the defense not being able to stop a nosebleed, that's also happened in other playoff situations. And John Harbaugh, for whatever reason, everybody else on the team gets the blame. But whenever this team is in a moment to where they can win these games, they're never able to overcome situations in high level moments, like I said, where they can arise against weaker competition. John Harbaugh doesn't get the blame, even though they always come out erratic. And I think that's weird to me. I think we need to start questioning the way that he runs that organization and how much of an over-reliance we put on Lamar Jackson, because it's not going to be inevitable if they keep on over-relying on him to be Superman.
Real quickly, Nubyjas, got to get you in here real quickly. Your thoughts here on Lamar Jackson. Is it inevitable he wins a Super Bowl? You find that?
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not. I mean, nothing's promised. I mean, I think he can win one, sure, but I mean, he hadn't done it by now. Here's the thing. I'm not saying that he never will. Okay. It's inevitable is a very strong word. They're saying it's not a prediction, it's a spoiler, but you lost to a Buffalo team that wasn't as good as you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear this kind of talk after a loss. It doesn't matter. Inevitable. No, if it was inevitable, you do it now. Because here's the thing. We don't, hey, man, he might walk outside and slip on a banana peel. We don't know that. I don't wish that.
Banana in the tailpipe, too.
Hey, life happens real fast, man. Ain't nothing inevitable.
I like that he showed some life and some energy after the game. He's like, look, we got to hold on to the freaking ball. Yeah. This is ridiculous, man. It's time. We got to punch our ticket. So I do appreciate that. And real quickly, 10 seconds ago.
But going back to like they were better than the Bills. They still lost. They were better than the Titans. They still lost. They were better than the Titans again. Then they still lost. They keep on beating themselves. And at some point, when are we going to question the coach?
Better than Kansas City last year too. At the AFC Championship game in their backyard. Yeah, last year.
When are we going to question?
Lamar Jackson, 3-5, has yet to win back-to-back playoff games. He hasn't won 2 playoff games in a row, so he can't win a Super Bowl if he can't win back-to-back playoff games. Hopefully that'll change.
How about get to the Super Bowl? How about that?
Yeah, let's get there. That third quarter brought to you by our good friends at GBNY. Check them out at gbny.com. There's our guy, Swiss Beats. Hey, Rich, when you see Swiss Beats, what does that mean?
Zone.
4 locations in NYC. I go to the place up in Jamaica Coliseum. They got all the shoes and apparel that you need. Jordans, Reebok, you name it. Adidas, Yeezys, it's all there. Use promo code Larry20. Check them out online. Use promo code Larry20 to get $20 off right now at gbny.com. Check them out online, gbny.com, and also on the app, GBNY, the app. All right, third quarter brought to you by our good friends at GBNY. They're gbny.com. We're back here live at BCL. Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster here off of Mother Gaston Boulevard. Man, soul food and seafood colliding. Boy, that's. I was gonna say that's not bad if it's in your mouth. That's a nice little collision right there. Soul food and seafood, man. Some good options here if you want to check them out online, and come by the store out here in BK. Off of Mother Gaston Boulevard. We're back here live at BCL. Got Larry Ridley, CBS Sports, Madden NFL, NBA 2K League, also CFB League. Nubyjas Wilborn, top left hand corner of your screen. He is a writer for SI. Andrea Richmond, top right hand corner of your screen. She's down in Atlanta. Bottom left hand corner of your screen. Robert Neely, aka Huskers, leading, playing with the Chiefs. He's got the ball and less than 3 minutes to play. We're going to zoom through this. LevelSkar, bottom right hand corner of your screen. This game's about to wind down. Real quickly, Ohio State, OHIO. You got some thoughts here. Best team money can buy, $20 million. They win the national title. They win that natty over Notre Dame. Was cruising. Notre Dame made it close. Man, that field goal. They make that field goal, man. Maybe it's a different story there at the end of the game, but they lose by 11. Ohio State beat all of their teams in the playoffs, all 4 of them, including 2 SEC teams by at least 10 points. Your thoughts here, Nubyjas? How good was Ohio State this year? Very deserving champs for 2025.
I mean, they did what they were supposed to do, right? I mean, they are the highest paid roster. I mean, I will say this. Shout out to Ryan Day for getting people off his back a little bit, because those Ohio State fans are still crazy.
I could see him being like Steve Young, like literally pulling the metaphorical monkey off of his back.
Yeah, you got a natty, but did you beat Michigan, though?
I mean, look, Ohio State, they needed this win desperately. Because I tell you what, if they would have lost to Tennessee in that first round of the playoffs, Ryan Day probably gets fired.
No, lose to anybody and not win the national title, he's gone. And you still got fans that are like, you still didn't beat Michigan. You still didn't beat Michigan.
Right. I mean, so he got them off their back. He got them off his back for a little bit. Okay? They'll celebrate this, he'll celebrate that, and everything. But we'll see. I mean, shout out to the Big Ten. They have back-to-back championships. I still think the best ball is played in the SEC.
It is. I ain't gonna get pump fake.
But look, they got 2 years. They got to show me more because the SEC did it for 20.
Okay, I was about to say, if you think 2 is dominant, what about 10 or 50?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
What are we doing here?
Titles on titles on titles.
Georgia just two-peated, 2-3 years ago? Come on, man.
If they had a better quarterback, they would probably
I can't stand people that say things are huge and it's a very small margin. It's like, well, what about the people that win by large margins? Isn't that huger? And that's not even a word.
I mean, I give the Big Ten some credit.
What are we doing?
They got
they
a
won
nice
2 in a
little
row.
start.
Yes. They're the best conference this year. SEC's been the best, 14 of the last 18 years?
That's
right.
cute.
Now let's see them do it
That's
again.
pretty good, too.
Also, let's see what happens if Georgia has a healthy quarterback. Because let's be real, if Connor, excuse me, if it was
Gunnar Stockton.
Yeah, Gunnar Stockton played, but it was Connor Beck who's the starter.
Right, Carson Beck, he's back with mommy. We're going to move on real quick. Andrew, your thoughts here, Ohio State, about 10 seconds?
Shout out to Notre Dame. Their defense held them together, but at the end of the day, a complete team from Ohio State. They always find a running back. They always find wide receivers, even though I don't believe in their quarterback as well. I believe in him more than I did for the Notre Dame one. So shout out to him. Ryan Day. I know he's thanking God because he actually was able to retain his job. So, hey, shout out.
How about Ohio State? One of their best players on offense came from an SEC school. Their best player on defense came from an SEC school.
I wonder why.
So, I mean, don't let facts get in the way of a good story, folks. How about Quinn Ewers, guys? Your thoughts here. Chose the NFL over NIL. Ewers choosing NFL over NIL. Back in the last 100 years, that made sense. But in the last few years, maybe not. I heard he potentially could have made $8 million. NFL, first couple of picks, you could probably make a little bit more. End of the first round, you're making less than that.
Yep.
Middle of the first round, you're thinking about that. So
will he even be first round?
You got to go to the NFL. Go to the NFL, man.
Go to the NFL. You always go to the league. And here's the thing. This is a weak quarterback draft. Let's be real.
Yep.
I mean, they're not exactly after Shedeur.
That's why he's going to be like a top 10 pick. So it's like, go to the NFL.
So hey, go get the real. I mean, the real bag is still in the NFL, and when as the kids say, the bag, right? The real money is still in the National Football League, and go get it. Now, hey, if he gets some bad draft reviews or whatever, because Carson Beck, remember, he went in the draft for a hot minute, and they told him, "Nah, fam, it ain't gonna work for you."
Hey, he got nearly $10 million in Miami for a bunch of different NIL things, but
that's what I'm saying. I mean. If Ewers doesn't get the feedback he wants, I think he still has enough time to backtrack and go, hell, maybe Georgia calls Ewers.
Yeah, because you never want to be a Matt Barkley.
Hey, I'm just saying.
You were about to be a top pick, and then you come back, and then guess what? Nobody says your name anymore, right? And with Quinn, you never know.
And it's like college basketball. They just pick apart your game.
Exactly.
So it's time to go to the league. Although the money does make it tempting. Remember they were talking about Travis Hunter. He was like, what would make you come back to Colorado? He's like 40. And they're like, okay, that's not completely ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's Travis Hunter. And even though quarterbacks are a premium in football in general, Quinn Ewers, again, the arm, you could sell them to a lot of building up with the potential. But for next year, I'm not as tempted if I'm a college program. I want to build somebody else up instead.
Yeah.
I think it depends on where you're at. I think it depends on where you're at the program. If you're somebody like Miami who went out and got Carson Beck, you think you're one player away from that one season, you do it. If you're trying to develop over a long time, maybe not. There might still be a market for Ewers in college. That's all I'm saying.
All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Arch Manning coming back for Texas as well, who will be a top 5 team next year in 2025. All right, game is over. FearTheHuskers moves on. He gets the win. Your thoughts here, Nubyjas Wilborn, on FearTheHuskers, very workmanlike performance there and getting the dub, getting the shutout.
Huskers did not come to play around. Apparently, that is also the best performance the Huskers had since Lawrence Phillips was on campus. So, shout out to that.
Oh, our guy, Amon Green, of course, the great Nebraska Cornhusker Hall of Famer. Shout out to my guy, Amon Green, the Green Bay Packer Hall of Famer as well. They're a great running back. Let's go ahead and send it over to our Hall of Famer. She is Andrea Richmond. She's down in the A. She's standing by with Robert Neely, moving on to the AFC Championship game, a game you'll see live in a couple of weeks.
Shout out to you, Huskers, again, doing what you always do, win, but this time in quite a statement fashion. Obviously, having the Kansas City Chiefs helps, and I feel like the last couple times, you weren't really as equipped as good as an offensive unit, I suppose, as this one. Tell me about how you like your chances having a almost as good a team as he's had, I feel like, since he's come back into Compete Forever.
Yeah, no, it's nice having. He's probably the best quarterback in the game. Either him or Lamar Jackson, but he's got an ability where he can put any route on the field, so that's why I wanted to use him. And then, the Chiefs just got speed everywhere, so I think we're going to have a dynamic offense as we go deeper into the playoffs.
Feel like this is your best opportunity to maybe go against OG, maybe, with this roster?
Yeah, I know JB is on my side of the bracket too, so he's really good at the game, so I think we'll have a good one too. So not going to overlook him.
Not overlooking JB. That's smart too, because JB also won a couple of them things as well. But hey, it's okay, because you're moving on anyway. Throwing it back to Larry and Nubyjas here. Huskers getting it done in a statement fashion.
FearTheHuskers moving on. We're going to get out of here, Robert, because I know you got some stuff to do, and we want to get this show moving along, man. Congratulations, you're moving on. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Welcome back, man, and we'll be in contact with you. Great stuff today. The fourth quarter brought to you by our good friends at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. You can find them in New Jersey, AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. We're talking about a great, authentic Mexican restaurant with great food, great atmosphere, great affordable drinks there, man. Got the happy hour Monday through Fridays from 2 to 6, man. They got the patio as well, doing those great things. And we're always there on some Tuesdays. We were just there a couple of weeks ago. We'll be back there in a couple of weeks on a Tuesday, and that means you get the mariachi shows there. So they do a lot of good stuff there, great things. DJs as well, DJ nights on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and also Latin nights on the weekends. Great things and great vibes there. The authentic Mexican restaurant, great food, great atmosphere at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. The Golden Eagle has landed, AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. All right, before we get out of here, if you want to join our league, don't forget, go to CompeteForever.com/MadLeague. Free 99, folks, free entry, ages 13 and up. It's all online. You can win cash and other prizes. Once again, join us online, CompeteForever.com/MadLeague. If you want to be part and win $1.8 million on the line this year, you can check out the folks there, man. The playoffs coming up here this week. You can watch it actually today and tomorrow, and also coming up early next week. Check them out online for more information, MaddenChampionship.com. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here, guys. It's been a great first hour. That first hour of power, we're going to come back and rock with you for the second hour of power. We're going to take a break and come back with more, but congratulations to the Huskers. Andrea Richmond, Nubyjas Wilborn, and myself, Larry Ridley, will be back live here from BCL, Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster. Yes, the flavors colliding. Soul food and seafood, hour 2. After this quick time out live here on Valley Live Stadium Sports Network, YouTube, and Twitch. We'll see you in about 5 or 10 minutes. What's going on, good people? We're back here working for you, always on a weekend and always throughout the week as well. It's the Compete Forever Madden League Season 78 playoffs. We just saw 2 players play, and we just saw the Chiefs move on to the AFC Championship game. Now we got the NFC Divisional round. You'll see the Jets and the Ravens here. That's the AFC side, actually. Yeah, we got the Jets and Ravens playing. It's still AFC. What am I talking about? It's the divisional round. We're live here at Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster in BK, man. Players playing for cash and other prizes. We'll get you set for the AFC Championship game and the NFC Championship game, man. Putting the sports and esports. And also, it's the intersection of sports and gaming right here live at Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster. We're coming to you live here inside Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster. Larry Ridley of CBS Sports, Madden, NFL. Welcome inside of this beautiful, beautiful restaurant here, man. And they do it really well here, man. We're talking about a collision between seafood and soul food, man. And we're talking about just great flavors colliding. They've been around for 5 years here off of Mother Gaston Boulevard and BK. That be Brooklyn. Flavors colliding. Talking about a fusion of Southern-inspired chicken dishes and also coastal-inspired seafood creations, man. You got the jerk chicken, you name it, chicken and waffles, all different flavors of waffles, red velvet, birthday cake, regular, you name it, man. They've got it all here. And look at this, man. They got the juices as well, cornbread, sweet potatoes, yams. Look at that. Oh, the chopped cheese, the mac and cheese. It's all right here. Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster in Brooklyn, New York. All right, let's go ahead and bring in my partner, my brother from another mother. There's Nubyjas Wilborn, near the confluence there of those 3 rivers in Pittsburgh, PA. Nubyjas, you ready to go, man, for the second hour of power?
Yeah, man, let's get to it, man. I'm looking forward to this, and we're going to have some fun.
All right, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and start by taking a look real quickly at the rules here of the Compete Forever Madden League Season 78 here. All Madden competitive game style head-to-head current rosters. We like to call those rigs. All 32 NFL teams are available. 5-minute quarter, single elimination format. If you lose, yeah, you got to go. Basically, that's the end of that. How about the prizes here? It's all about that money. $300 guaranteed. First place gets $150 and an NFL license. Zip chair. Go to zipchair.com. They make the best gaming chairs in the world. Office furniture, sofas, gaming desks, you name it. They got all 32 NFL teams, NBA teams, Major League Baseball, NHL, MLS, and also NCAA licensed zip chairs. And if you have any custom pieces, they can get that done for you as well. Second place, $75. Third place, $50. Fourth place runs about this piece with $25 cash. How about the bracket here? We're still on the left-hand side. As we were saying earlier, or as I was trying to say, it's still the AFC Divisional round. We'll go to the bottom left-hand corner of the screen real quickly. Top right or top left, Huskers moves on the Chiefs. He beat the Dolphins in LevelSkar. Bottom left-hand corner of the screen, JB and the Ravens against Chandler and the Jets. That should be a good one as we get set here for the second AFC Divisional round game. How about we take a look at the player profiles, and we'll start with our guy. Where is Chandler? Well, he's right here. He's going to be playing against our guy, JB, Chandler Cooks from Dallas, Texas. 21 years of age. Everything's bigger in Texas. He's there in the Metroplex, Dalworth. He's a college student, multiple C4 Madden League playoff appearances. His opponent will be JB, a multiple, two-time C4 Madden League champ, Jbaird, Buffalo Grove, Illinois, 19 years of age. He's a student at Illinois State University there with those Redbirds. And you can see there a couple Madden League championships on his ledger. How about the Molly Pop picks, guys? We'll get you set here with the standings here. Molly Pop picks, Molly Pop grapes as sweet as candy. They're taking the world by sweet storm with the pink bag promise. You see that pink bag, folks? There's good and good. There's Molly good. Check them out online, mollypopgrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy with about 20 different variety of grapes. Those grapes sweet and crunchy. There I'm at the top there, 38-11. Andrew Richmond right behind me. Nubyjas Wilborn improves to 14-5. You get the 15-5. That's what, 75% winning percentage. That'll work. That will absolutely work. All right, let's go ahead and bring everybody in. Real quickly, guys, let's get these picks in and on the board. Hey, Rich, who you rolling with? You got Jets or you got Ravens? You gonna take flight or you gonna fly with that fly?
Baby, all day, baby. He's a champ multiple times at that. Gotta go and lean his way. And also, too, you just heard from Huskers, one of the best quarterbacks in the game, Lamar Jackson. So go ahead, give me JB, baby.
I got you. Nubyjas, who you got? Ravens or Jets?
Man,
do it.
Man, I want Ravens, man.
Almost got him.
We couldn't talk him into it. And you certainly can't talk me into it either.
No trick, no getting things past you guys, huh?
No, sir. Won't pump fake me. Give me JB, Jbaird as well. But, man, I'm rooting for Chandler. I want Chandler to prove us wrong and then smile at the end of the interview like, I ain't got nothing to say. Y'all did all that talking. My sticks did the talking. So that's what I want from young Chandler at the end of this. Jets, yes. All right, Chandler. And JB, guys, go ahead and lock it up. Go ahead and play the game right now. Let's get started here live on Valley Live, Stadium Sports Network, and the Watch Stadium Sports app, YouTube, and Twitch. Andrew Richmond, you'll be talking to the winner at the conclusion of the game. Guys, so go ahead and lock it up. Good luck to you. JB and the Ravens, Chandler, and those Jets. Let's go ahead and play, guys, live right now. Jets, Ravens. What stadium we got here? Wembley. That would be across the pond. That'd be right there. Tea and trumpets, she said. Do you say tea and trumpets?
Tea and crumpets. Although, let's get some trumpets. Fanfare going. Why not?
They can see bottom of the screen there. Where is Chandler playing with the Jets? Bottom right hand corner of the screen playing with the Jets. He's on defense. JB, bottom hand, left hand corner of the screen. He's playing with the Ravens. He's got the ball. Oh, and he's got a man right down the middle. Mark Andrews. Yeah. He skis.
More games would have did it in real life than the Ravens would be. I'm just saying, if he would have caught the ball like that in real life and not fumbled it, we might be having a whole different conversation.
This is why we call them video games, man. Not real life.
I'm
just saying, we would have a very different conversation.
Yes. He actually fumbled and he dropped the 2-point conversion. So
he dropped the bag, fumbled the bag.
Yeah, he literally fumbled the bag. tough road there for Mark Andrews. Lamar Jackson running around. Is he going to complete that? I was about to say, wow. 6-0 lead there for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. JB, top right hand corner of the screen with the lead here. Chandler going to get the ball here. All right, guys, we're going to start here in the National Football League here. We got the AFC and NFC Championship games. We talked about that. AFC Championship game is last. NFC Championship game is first. I think we're all on a Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl. Also in the NFC, you got the Chicago Bears. The Bears, they hired Ben Johnson, head coach. There he is, Ben Johnson, the new head coach of the Chicago Bears, probably the worst kept secret in the NFL. They were maybe going to talk to Mike McCarthy. Really didn't interview anybody else. They were all waiting on Ben Johnson. He wants to work with Caleb Williams. You can see that Caleb Williams already shot his shot, talked about that, and having this new offense there and being able to grow with a young OC or a young head coach. He's going to be able to do that. Your thoughts here, Nubyjas, with Ben Johnson staying in the division, the black and blue, going from the D to the Chi.
I mean, I guess good for him. We'll see how it really works out I don't know. I mean, look, man, you get these coordinators, we get these offensive geniuses, supposedly, they'll come in and help the young quarterback. But how many times does that actually happen? Lately, a lot of times these young quarterbacks, they've been better off. Okay. Yeah.
Not very many. You're right.
Not just that, like the fact that you have to think about it that long. Mm-hmm. We have this strategy.
Mike McDaniel down in Miami, but they haven't really won any playoff games. Kinda. No playoff success.
Right.
Kyle Shanahan, I'll give you that. Yeah. That's 3. That's about all I got.
I'm just saying, we pulling at threads. I won't say 2.5 or 2.25. But okay. But my point is, it doesn't happen as often as we have created this thing to be a strategy that works. So we will see. Also, judging on the offense that man called in that last game, I'd have some questions. I'm just saying. He did a lot of smarty-arty type stuff. That was a little too smarty-arty.
Too cute.
You know what I'm saying? Too cute, too fancy, and help cost them that game. I don't know if this is going to work. But also, I mean, the Chicago Bears as an organization are still one of the worst run organizations in the league. So they could be a marriage for each other, I guess. I don't know, man.
I'm 48 years of age, Andrew Richmond. The Bears have never been good on offense in my entire life.
Yeah.
And that's not hyperbole. I think you can actually check that.
They went to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman, man. Like, it has not looked great.
And my teammate was his backup, Jonathan Quinn.
Shout out to Quinn. Quinn is
the mighty Quinn.
Not the greatest either, right? Doesn't have the best reputation either.
I mean, look at their reputation. Look at the history of quarterbacks. I mean, Jim Miller. You go on
Jim
down
McMahon.
The line.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You go on down the line.
Cal, what's his name? Kyle Orton. Yes, Kyle
Orton.
Yeah,
Kyle Orton was a Bear, wasn't he?
He was.
Not Randy Orton, but Kyle Orton. Yeah. Although Randy Orton might have been better than Kyle.
Probably. But Caleb Williams, by far, I feel like, even if you only believe in his name, but I believe in his game through, and a lot of the throws that he was able to make last year, even in spite of their offensive woes, him holding on to the ball a lot, he was still able to have a lot of potential when it comes to his arm, his throwing ability. And I think you should also give credit to Ben Johnson. Hey, it's not his fault to say that, hey, 2 of those interceptions that were thrown were just terrible plays by Jared Goff, right? Jared Goff could have thrown the ball a lot better. I think having this person for Caleb Williams is great, because Caleb Williams, he has a tendency to hold that ball a long time. But if you look at somebody like Cliff Kingsbury, right? The reason why Jaden Daniels is having such a great time really having answers for that blitz is because Cliff Kingsbury makes sure he has answers built into that offensive system. And I feel like somebody like Ben Johnson, who's a very creative offensive line mind, can make sure that even in spite of their offensive line, he can still find a way to make sure that he has answers against the blitz with bad holding on the offensive line, even with less than subpar wide receivers, even though I think their wide receivers are very good. You have a great defense as well. I think one of the worst issues about this Bears team is honestly the ownership and the fact that they're in an AFC North that all these teams are really good. Other than that, you have a young quarterback.
Tough division, man.
The toughest division, I feel like, easily in football.
14 wins to get you in the wild card round on the road.
But you have a quarterback
that's real.
That's real tough. That's real tough.
But you have a quarterback who is great, and I think that you look at him and Jordan Love, two of the best ones in that division, I could say, well, or at least two of the best potential players. They can sometimes be erratic, right? A great defense, right? They played much better than all of us thought they would. And you have a lot of draft picks as well. This is a good opportunity. He chose this place. I mean, he got great money, but he chose this place over having more control over the GM spot and also a coaching staff as well. This is a good fit for Ben Johnson. You have a creative mind and a good quarterback. The sky's the limit. We saw that with Andy Reid. Of course, there was a lot more.
There's King Henry back into the end zone again. Ravens up 12-7. Probably will go for 2. Back to you, Andrew.
Need a good running back, need a good line, and things could happen. So who knows?
I was going to say, on that play, it's the first time the Ravens have handed off to the ball to Derrick Henry in the red zone last weekend.
You can do that.
Because apparently they get under 5 to get Derrick Henry on the tee.
I didn't know that you could do that, honestly. That's what I talked about Lamar Jackson. Put too much on his plate.
Yeah, that's forgetting your identity. So, good stuff there. We're quickly about 10 seconds each from both of you. When you look at the Lions and Ben Johnson leaving, and he's heading to a rival there, are you any concern about Chicago, just about them just really wanting to win? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think they've been really neglectful on offense for years, for decades, man. Are you worried that he just might not have the magic there? You know what I'm saying? The Midas touch, if you will?
Honestly, if I'm the Lions, I'm a lot more worried because I think you needed Ben Johnson in order to make sure that Jared Goff can accelerate and do well in that division. If you're the Bears, if you get a kind of okay offensive line, I think this is a good spot. You have the quarterback, you have a creative mind, the world is your oyster, and you have wide receivers. Like, all you need is like a couple pieces. I think this is a more favorable position than a lot of people think.
Nubyjas, he's going to Chicago, tough town, big city, man, and he's mild-mannered. Is that a problem?
Might be. I mean, look, nobody's done well there. Nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike
Ditka, that's it.
Yeah.
That was it. I mean,
and Hallis, and the home's named after him.
Right. I mean, look, man, it's a tough place to win. I don't know, man. Hey, look, there's only 32 jobs. He got one. Congratulations to him for doing that, but I don't know if it's going to work.
All right, 12-7 score here as we head into the second quarter. The Ravens with the lead. JB, top right-hand corner of your screen, has the lead. There, Chandler, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, playing with the Jets, down by 5. We're live here at BCL, Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster here in Brooklyn off of Mother Gaston Boulevard. We talked about it, man. The flavors colliding here, soul food and seafood here in Brooklyn. That first quarter brought to you by our good friends at Ultra Game. Check them out, ultragameShop.com, man. You're talking about officially licensed NFL apparel and officially licensed NBA apparel. All 32 NFL teams, all 30 NBA teams. And folks, look at this sweet jacket he got me right here. Shout out to my folks there at Ultra Game. This New England Patriots jacket. It's fire there. We love those guys there at ultragameShop.com. Great down-to-earth prices, man. And also, you can get loungewear, activewear, and streetwear. Check them out, ultragameShop.com. All right, that second quarter is about to start here. The first quarter brought to you by our good friends at ultragameShop.com. We're back here live at Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster here in Brooklyn. Larry Ridley, CBS Sports, Madden, NFL, CFB League, and NBA 2K Association of Oz Wilborn, writer for SI, Sports Illustrated. Got Andrea Richmond. She's always trapping in the ATL.
Down there over your trap too, baby. Come on.
Walk in your trap, take over your trap.
Take over your chat. No turco.
Walk in your trap, take over your trap. Every time I go to the A, man, I go see my folks at the Trap Music Museum. So shout out to those folks. The Trap Music Museum down there, T.I. and Crystal Garden, those folks. Crystal Garden, actually, from here in Brooklyn, here in New York. Yeah, she runs the place down there. So we got a 12-7 ball game. All right, your thoughts here. We just talked about the Chicago Bears, the Bears. How about the Bears? Really wanted Mike Tomlin, didn't they? They went out there and They shot their shot. They did as best they could, trying to lure Mike Tomlin to the shy. And I love how Mike Tomlin, first of all, he's great at press conferences. He's never lost me.
He doesn't blink. He never blinks, okay?
Mike Tomlin, undefeated in the press conference against the press corps. So last week, after they got beat in the playoff game early on against the Ravens, he was asked about, potentially moving on, and he was like, "Save your time." And that was the end of that. And he was absolutely right. The Bears inquired, and they were told politely, "Shove it. Go pound sand." Your thoughts here on Mike T staying in Pittsburgh and the Bears going after him, Andrea?
You just talked about the fact that the Bears have never had anything going for them offensively. So even though I love Mike Tomlin, shout out to him, always making sure that that team is going to be at least average. At the very least, that's the floor, average and above. And I think he could do great work with
Never
that
had a
defense.
losing record there in Pittsburgh.
And the Bears have only had losing records. So they would really like that, right?
Won a couple. Jay Cutler won a couple of games. They went to an NFC Championship game about 15 years ago.
Shout out to Matt Nagy when, that one moment that he had, that very one moment.
Right.
But again, they haven't had anything going for them at offense. And this is a new wave in the new future. I feel like a lot more teams, although there are some great defensive coaches that we've had that have had multiple championships, I think it's starting to be the wave to go ahead and pair your young quarterback with a great offensive mind, and we've seen great success with that happen. So go ahead, get that offensive piece. They didn't get the guy that they wanted, but they got the second best guy, and I think that second best guy might actually put them in, who knows, maybe even a better situation. So things happen for a reason.
Man, Nubyjas, I love Mike Tomlin, man. You look up the word leader of men in the dictionary, and Mike Tomlin's face is all over it, dude. I wish he was my coach, man.
He doesn't get enough love and respect, man. He's a great coach, great man.
I wish he won a couple of more Super Bowls, then he would get the love.
Yeah.
I mean, and hey, here's the thing. He has not won a playoff game since Obama was in office, okay?
2016. Yep. Lost the championship game to my Patriots. Yeah.
He's had a whole bunch of mid quarterbacks.
I'm saying it's not. I'm not saying it's his fault per se.
But
I'm just saying what the outcomes are. Mm-hmm. And someone who has been in Pittsburgh for a while, let me tell you, the natives are restless, if you will. Okay, they are very
terrible.
Yeah, now some of that comes from certain places, if you will, and those places may start with an R and end in ism. Among other things.
Don't drive at certain places at night. I'll just say that.
Hey, I'm just saying that's part of it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
However, when you look at Tomlin as a coach, he wins all the time. He puts team. And really, one of the big problems is Mike Tomlin wins enough games to where the Steelers will never draft a good quarterback because they're always in the playoffs. They're always in that mix. So you're never going to get a top 5 pick unless they trade up. And that is not how the Steelers do. The Steelers aren't going to go out and sign a big-time quarterback because even in free agency, who's out there right now?
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold, or as everybody's calling him now, Same Darnold, I suppose. And so, I mean, seriously, what? You guess you keep Russell Wilson? Do you try? Speaking of deposed Browns quarterbacks, Justin Fields is there as the backup. Another,
deposed Bears quarterback. Bears.
Deposed Bears.
Yeah.
Oh well, they don't give you started on the Browns.
Right.
We're not gonna go there.
Get W's. Eat them too.
Did I see Jameis Winston do like a commercial for? He was doing crab legs.
Yeah. He said, "Does everybody like free crab legs?" You know what? I'm gonna say this real quick. I gotta say this. Shout out to Jameis Winston. If nothing else, that man is having fun with life, and clearly he seems to poke fun at himself. Now, hopefully, he doesn't do any Uber commercials, but. I'm just saying, since he has had a thing about making fun of his legal situations,
that's an L. That's eating a fat L. Okay.
Let's get back to Mike T. real quickly.
Back to Mike Tomlin, though.
Back to Mike T.
Great coach. I can see why the Bears would want to try to trade for him. Mm-hmm. I think that says a lot. The Steelers, and let's also be real. Talk about owners, right?
Right. Did he pick that off? Was that caught?
He did.
I think he did.
He picked it off. He did.
Hey.
Okay, how much time we got left? About 20 seconds left?
That's
20 seconds left in the second quarter.
No time to do a little something if he wants to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Art Rooney Jr., Art Rooney II is not his daddy and his uncles and them as the owner.
Right.
If Art Rooney gets rid of Mike Tomlin, that means the focus is going to be on them. And they're going to look at and see they don't make as many big free agency moves. They don't spend as much money on coaching pool and things of that nature that make difference. The Steelers' facilities need upgrading. Mm-hmm. There's a lot going on there where they don't get critiqued because they're in a town where the Pirates exist.
That's not right. That's not right.
But it's true.
That is absolutely true. There's no lie there. No lie.
There's a lot of critique that the Steelers ownership escapes that they wouldn't if they were in another place and they don't have as much equity built.
Right. Well, they got a loyal fan base too, and it's a national brand too. You know?
Yeah, and with a lot of fair equity. I mean, considering you won in the '70s, but even think about it. Okay, they won the 4 titles in the '70s. What were they in the '80s? Nothing.
Not good.
Right? Okay. The mid '90s, they had their run, then fell off again till Mike Tomlin got there. Right. So I'm saying Steelers fans also have
Tomlin and Cowher both won. I think Cowher won in 05 and Tomlin won in 08.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But like, if you look at the whole totality, Steelers fans' expectations are way up here. And the reality is a little bit more around here.
Well, they got 6 Super Bowls. That's tied for the most all time, right?
But what about the times in between those?
Right.
Because remember, 4 of those were in the '70s. Right. We just said what the '80s were. The '90s weren't all that great. I'm just saying, like
one little run in the mid '90s, right? Yeah.
Right. If you look at the history, they think they're here, but they're really more around here in reality.
Yeah, they think they're 1 or 2, but you're probably more like 10 to 12.
Hall of very good instead of
a little bit better than mid, but you're not top 5. Right.
But I mean, you're still way better than the Bears.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean
okay, that's like a lot of organization.
And let's not even mention the Jets here. I don't want to upset Brady there by mentioning the Jets.
Let's not talk about that.
All right, guys. All right, we're going to move on. 15-10 ball game here as we head into the third quarter. It's a game moving right along here. That second quarter brought to you by our good friends at Jerky's. Check them out, jerkysnj.com, man. I love those guys as well. Sports fans and gamers, I need y'all to do me a favor. I need y'all to listen up. Man, it is time to level up, guys, all right? You got to get the best jerk cuisine there in the community there and also in that area of Elizabeth there. We're talking about a Haitian and Jamaican fusion there. You talk about flavorful hits, man. The jerk chicken is off the chain, man. Just great flavorful food there, man. You're talking about flavors, man, that just unmatched there. I mean, you look at it, the mac and cheese, the jerk chicken, it's all there, man. And it's flavorful hits, hit after hit. And we're talking about, man, it hits harder than a game-winning touchdown. Check them out online, jerkysnj.com. Shout out to our good friends there on board now. jerkysnj.com will be there live next Tuesday there in Elizabeth there in New Jersey. All right, we're back here live at BCL, Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster here. Nubyjas Wilborn with me here from SI, SportsIllustrated.com. And Andrea Richmond, she's down in the A. Top right-hand corner of your screen. JB playing with the Ravens has the lead 15-10. Oh, and he just got him a pick.
One.
Oh, can he skirt? Can he skate? No, he's got the angle on him. So we're back in the third quarter. All right, guys, going to get your thoughts here on. We talked about the NFC North here. The team in the NFC North won 14 games and had to go on the road in the playoffs to be the Minnesota Vikings. Your thoughts on the Minnesota Vikings and Sam Darnold? What should they do with him? They can trade him. They can keep him and sign him to a long-term extension, or they can franchise him. Those are the, basically the 3 options. I guess they could cut him. They're not going to do that. What should the Vikings do with Sam Darnold? Give him the extension, franchise him, or do you let him go? Well, your thoughts here, Nubyjas, with the Vikings. Stone Vikings.
I know the popular opinion is to move on from Darnold, and I can understand why people feel that way. I disagree with that. The kid is still, but he is 27.
Yes.
Okay? Which he's still relatively young, and he did have a great season.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, the playoffs did not go the way he wanted it to go, but
last couple of games didn't go the way he wanted it to go, but he played phenomenally well for a
he
great
got him really
season.
far, man. And I just don't think it's worth throwing out how good he was overall.
Speaking of throwing, heck of a throw there by Lamar Jackson. Ravens up 21-10, about to go up by 2 scores. Go ahead, Nubyjas.
Yeah, I mean, look, I get why people want to move on from him. I can't blame people for feeling that way. I just feel there's more left in the tank with this young man. I'd stay with him now because I don't trust J.J. McCarthy. That's just me.
Coming off the knee injury, Andrea Richmond, she's a Jets fan. She is scoring, ladies and gentlemen. I want to hear this. Your thoughts on Sam Darnold. What should the Vikings do, A-Rich?
Certain people were called haters when they were talking about Sam Darnold not meeting the moment and throwing interceptable balls and throwing up just passes and his receivers making spectacular catches with their amazing body control because you have 2 of the best wide receivers in the game. Certain people will call haters for pointing out that maybe that's a product of Kevin McConnell and this great system rather than Sam Darnold. And certain people might have been right about he is who I say he was. Sam Darnold is 2015 Ryan Fitzpatrick. Maybe he did play great. Okay, all right. He stepped up in some crucial moments, right? That's why I say he's 2015 Ryan Fitzpatrick, because Ryan Fitzpatrick had a great year. That was when he played with the New York Jets, broke a couple Jets records, but you broke Jets records, and honestly, a lot of that was a merchant off of none other than the 2 wide receivers that we had here, and I feel like it's the same way with the Vikings. Sam Darnold, there's a lot of talent around him, and he was able to make do with that. But J.J. McCarthy isn't a quarterback that I will say I feel very comfortable about either. I think that they should let go of Sam Darnold because I feel like Sam Darnold's agents are going to point to his numbers and say, hey, I should be making at least $30 million here or there. And I don't think that he's
That's on the low end. That's on the very low end.
Exactly. And
I think his comp is bare minimum. What Daniel Jones got, 4,160 bare minimum. That's the starting point.
Bare minimum.
That's starting point.
And that's a lot of money for a backup that you're not very comfortable with.
You can back up $5 million, ladies and gentlemen.
And that is why I pursue somebody else like, hey, maybe Teddy Bridgewater. Maybe I try to make a trade for like Joe Milk. I try to get somebody else.
Yeah, but how far can you go with Teddy B? Like, I don't think he's that much better than Teddy B, but like you're
how far can he go with Sam Darnold? Larry, not very far, as we just saw. Like in high leverage situations, he turned over the ball. Teddy Bridgewater, hey, he's not going to make some of those big throws, but he's also not going to make many mistakes. And it's a backup at the end of the day.
You know the deal I'd like? I'd like that deal that maybe Kirk Cousins had when he was at Washington right before he left and went to Minnesota.
What was that?
Like 3 years, like 3 years, 90. About 30 mil.
Just make sure you have an out if you're going to sign him, because I feel like you have J.J. McCarthy. I don't trust that guy either, but at the end of the day, you're probably not going to stick with either of these quarterbacks very long. You want to have a veteran that's good, and like you said, Larry, you can get this for a lot cheaper. So I would look elsewhere than Sam Darnold, try to find any other backup quarterback. You're probably not going to be happy either way, but you have 2 amazing wide receivers and a great offensive head coach. So you can make do even in that terrible division, because I feel like the Lions, especially losing Ben Johnson, are probably going to not look as great next year, especially with that bad schedule they're about to get to on top of that.
Right. Nubyjas, I mean, look, it's a good team. You got a good roster. A team that won 14 games, which is hard to do in the NFL. It's hard to score touchdowns, and the Jets just did 22-16, about a minute to play here in the third quarter. Nubyjas, it's a tough one for the Vikings, man. I would take him. I'd want him back, but I can't give him 50-60 million. There's no way.
Man,
I'm not even comfortable at 40, and that's probably what he deserves.
Hey, man, there are only so many of these guys who can play quarterback, all right? There's only so many of them, and he is one of them.
See, that's the problem. There's only really about 10 real good ones. That's the problem.
I'm just saying, hey, look, it is, unfortunately, most professions, you're pretty replaceable. Yep. This is one where it's a lot harder to replace. I mean, look, there's a reason why you mentioned Teddy Bridgewater. That man was coaching high school football like a month ago. He's supposed to be driving a school bus right now and watching uniform for Miami Northwestern. And he did the Michael Jordan blank them kids. And what's the meme where the woman just throws the babies? That's what he did.
The jump shot.
Jump shot with the babies. I'm just saying, man, like, it is hard to find one. And they kind of have one in Darnold. And unless you can tell me they're going to have something better, then you bring back Darnold. And I get why people aren't with it. I'm not elated about it. But what else you gonna do? I guess they can call back Kirk Cousins. See if you can tape him up together again. What you gonna do? Get Deshaun Watson? No, seriously. Like, what you gonna do?
You gotta pay somebody. You
Rocking a hard place for them.
Yeah.
It's not a comfortable spot to be in.
Because you have a ready-made roster too right now. That's the problem.
Hey.
I get on the phone. Joe Milton. I'm saying, Larry, you don't like that, but I'm saying,
man, don't do that. Hey,
just throw something at the wall, because honestly, like you said, there aren't a lot of good options. This free agency is really bad.
I'd rather do that than get like a caretaker second string quarterback. Give me a rookie that's untested or a good veteran.
Here we go. That was a big pick there.
It was a big
huge pick. But here's the thing,
real quick.
Mm-hmm. Darnold at least knows that offense. He'll have another year under that offense where he's improved, where you're going to have to bring some other quarterback in. They're going to have to learn him. He's going to have to learn the offense. Maybe Darnold gets a little bit better next year. All I'm saying is he might be the best thing you got.
Yep, and that's the problem too.
That's part of the
problem. Whole world.
I know. We're in the third quarter, 22-18. It's about 5 minutes to go here to play. JB with the lead, 22-18. Top right-hand corner of your screen. He just threw a pick, though. Bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Chandler playing with the Jets. He has the ball around the 35-yard line, 34-yard line. We'll see what he can do here. He drops it deep, and it's caught inside the red zone. Conklin, the tight end. That's a good catch right there. Those Jets taking flight. That third quarter brought to you by our good friends at Liberty Bagels. Check them out online, libertybagels.com. Number one bagel spot in NYC, folks, man. 4 locations throughout the New York City area there, man. And they are the home of the flavorful hand-rolled daily with the bagels, man. They do a great job there. I mean, you can see the breakfast sandwiches that are just completely off the chain there. Bacon, egg, and cheese, sausage, egg, and cheese, different flavors of bagels, different varieties of bagels. And you're talking about different flavors. How about the cream cheese, ladies and gentlemen? I like the strawberry cream cheese. It's really good. Also, they do a good job as well with all those bagels. They're the home of the Rainbow Bagel as well. Check them out online. 4 locations in New York City, libertybagels.com. All right, back here live here at Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster. Larry Ridley, City Sports, Madden, NFL. CFB League, NBA 2K Associates, got Nubyjas, Wilborn from Sports Illustrated. Andrea, Richmond, she's down in the A. JB on defense now has a 4-point lead. This is getting good. 4 minutes to play here, about 4:08. 4th and goal here for Chandler. Bottom right-hand corner of your screen with the Jets. What is he going to do here? He's probably going to go for it. He's down 4. Definitely got to go for it. I guess you could kick the field goal here, but he's not. He's going to go for it around the 6 or 7 yard line. I'm going to watch this one real quick before we go to our topic.
Big play here.
Got to go for it. Got to go for it right here.
Big play here.
You might not get the ball back. You got to.
Also, JB missed 2 extra points. He got him. 2-point conversions. Wow.
Dotted him up in the end zone, and that is a touchdown. And he takes the lead by 2. Definitely kick the extra point. I was going to say, don't go for 2. That'd be crazy.
No,
kick
don't
the extra
go for
point.
2. Make
go
it
for 3.
Yeah.
Oh, where's Chandler?
Let's see.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
And see, you got to remember, JB chased extra points, 2-point conversions early. His first touchdown, he went and missed one. Then he had to go back and got one. So that's 4 points out there that could come back to bite here. We'll see how it goes.
Speaking of chasing, will the Rams chase Matthew Stafford? What do you guys think here? Played very well in that NFC Championship game, over 300 yards. Didn't get it done against the Eagles. He's 36. Wife had a little post on social media talking about maybe this is it. We don't know.
She posts a lot, doesn't she?
She does. She absolutely does.
She does a lot of things.
She's done some other things as well. We're not going to get into that.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into that. Your thoughts here. You think Matt Stafford comes back next year, 36? Sean McVay's got to bring him back, right? Or does he want to go younger? He's proven he can win with young guys as well, but he got over the top with a veteran like Matthew Stafford. Nubyjas, what should the Rams do? What should Matthew Stafford do? Will he come back next year? I think he does. But, man, you start thinking about retirement, you're almost there.
That's true.
Hey, man, I look at it like this. What else are the Rams going to do? again, this goes back to the options. We talked about this with Minnesota with Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Well, what else you gonna do? You better hope this man is healthy and he can do it again. I mean, it does start to wear. You start to get old. I mean, man, Stafford's played a long time. I mean, some ways it feels like yesterday when he was at UGA.
Right.
Some days it felt like he was Herschel Walker's teammate at UGA. I mean,
he's not that old. He's 36, dude.
I know, but you get what I'm saying.
He's been though, Larry. That's
yeah, I think he'll be 37 this year too. So.
No, I mean, and he's had and here's the thing. He had a long career with the Lions, and he's had a pretty long career now with the Rams.
The Rams.
Yeah, I mean,
won a Super Bowl champion.
And I would
put some respect on his name.
He might be one of those guys who ends up in Hall of Fame conversation.
No, he's a Hall of Famer. Oh, he's a Hall of Famer. Yeah, he's Hall of Famer.
Okay,
he's very good right now.
By 3, they've got the ball, and it looks like they're going to probably be able to walk this out 4th and wide open. Is that a 2-point conversion?
Ooh, I say victory, so yes.
Yeah, that was.
See hands up.
Wait, no. I was just
touchdown.
I was just rushing. Okay, so it was 25 to. Oh, it was 25-20. That's what it looked like. Okay, all right. 20.
Making it
22.
a 4-point game.
No, making a 4-point game.
30 seconds left. He's got to get a touchdown here.
All right, so finish up your thought here on Matthew Stafford.
I mean,
real quick.
Again, I think Stafford's a great player. I think he's at least in Hall of Fame conversation, if not in at some point, which says a lot about his career. Mm-hmm. And if he's still healthy, you got to go back with him until the wheels fall off.
Yeah, I think he's got 2 years left on his deal. Andrew, should the Rams bring him back, or more importantly, does he want to come back?
The thing about the stage his organization is in, the whole reliance is basically on whether he wants to come back, because this franchise is kind of in a rock and a hard place. You have Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, Kyron Williams, and they're kind of like middle-aged and kind of up there, honestly, for both of them.
Yeah, Cooper's like, what, right? 31? I think he'd be 32. He's like 31, 32. Yep.
Yeah, they're up there.
No, but Cool's, yeah. But that's why Cooper Kupp's not playing, and I think Kupp won't. Right. He's been talking about that. I think he wants help.
And mid-year, too, they were considering just tearing down the whole thing, right? Which shows you where they think their franchise is. Right. They still
and then they won the division.
They are in win now mode or reset mode, right? There's either on or off, right? That's where they are as a franchise. Either you're fully committed to this or you're resetting. And because they were able to turn their season around, they said, hey, we're fully committing to this. So if he leaves, it's totally reset, game over. I think they convinced them, though, because I still think they have a little bit more juice. And you know about the Rams, baby. They all about FTP, baby. Forget them picks. They all about going for it and chasing it. So I feel like they're going to chase it another year. Why not? And then if it doesn't work out, then you can consider retiring, hit that reset button, try to build things up again.
Well, he was on the field before the Eagles game with his beautiful daughters, and he had his wife down there. He does that a lot, but I don't know, man. That image was like, oh boy, is that the last we're going to see of Matt Stafford, man? If so, he balled. Like I said, threw for over 300 yards against the Eagles in the snow. A team from LAR coming out to the East Coast and playing well like that.
Most players play until the wheels fall off. He was good until the very end, right? If he is.
At least doing commercials with his wife and stuff, the Sleep Number commercials and stuff like that. Go ahead.
If we can find a way to keep her off the podcast set, that'd probably be a little better. But considering that ain't how that works, I mean, look, I think he's a special player. Again, if he's healthy, you let him go back if he wants to, because it ain't like you're hurting for money. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Now, I would say again with his wife, based upon the way she comports herself, more money is always better. But more money. But I mean, hey, it's also if he's healthy and he could do it safely, yeah, you go back, you try to run this back as long as you can. That's what I think. But we'll see.
Try to get to the Super Bowl. Lastly, Tom Brady says he wants to finish out his Fox TV deal.
I bet he does.
10 years, $375 million, so $37.5 million per year. He's in year 1. He's finishing up this year. I thought he got better as far as his delivery and how he broadcast on Fox. Do you guys believe that Tom Brady wants to finish out a 10-year deal? I don't think he's going to play, but I don't think he finishes out 10 years on TV.
I believe he wants $300 million. I believe he wants the money.
Yeah, that money's nice. Okay, that money's spectacular.
Larry, I too want $30 million a year. Can we talk to the good folks at BAL and see if we can get it? I'll split $30 million.
We got 37 cents for you, man. Any day of the week.
I'm just saying, man. Yeah. So I'm like, I want to finish my $300 million contract. Yeah, sure. I'm sure pigs will fly too, and I'm sure people down in Hades will like ice water.
No, they would. It's closer to 400 million, actually, 375. So yeah, you're right.
Right. Yeah, I want my money.
Right. Yeah, plenty of money.
I'm surprised I liked him as much though behind the booth as he is. Sometimes it takes a couple years for athletes to get into the group. I think Tom Brady, it only took him a couple games for him to really be fantastic, right? So I genuinely think he wants to get better, and I don't think he'll do the Tony Romo thing where he was good at first and then he kind of fell off a cliff. I think like Tom legitimately, like, he cares about his skills. He wants to get better. I just don't know if ethically it's the greatest thing in the world for you to like own the team in part and then also like talk about the teams at the same time. I know you want to do everything in the world, but sometimes you gotta stay in your lane. And although it's a great lane for him, pick one up.
And it's not his team; it's the other teams that are getting pissed off.
Well, also, I mean, we mentioned Stafford's wife. As we know, he's divorced, so he's got plenty of time on his hands. So I guess he got time to own the Raiders, be out in Vegas. He can't go to the production meetings and stuff. But, I mean, look, and also, again, hey, guys, TV is hard to do.
It is.
It is not easy to do
well. Yes, to do well.
Especially at that high level of being on the number one broadcast. I think they should have kept my man Greg Olsen in the number one spot. I thought he was really getting there. But Brady will get better if you get better doing TV by doing more TV.
More reps.
Exactly, more reps. Absolutely. All right, guys, so set this up. 29-25. Bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Chandler with the ball. How much time? 10 seconds? 2 seconds left. Last play. This ain't on the 22. This is on the 30-something.
He needed to throw it earlier.
No. Yeah, but
Oh, wow.
2 seconds. You're not going to hit a corner route in 2 seconds.
Well, he could have hit it. Well, if he threw it
a lot sooner, but 2 seconds. It's 2 seconds. It's got to be quick game or it's got to be a Hail Mary. One of the two.
Bro, we've seen that Robert Saleh face a lot of times.
Right. Oh, man. Chandler almost did it.
I'm traumatized.
Oh, but
Shout
it's JB.
Robert Saleh there. You saw him there for the last time off of losing. We've seen that losing face from Robert Saleh.
Robert Saleh. He interviewed for the Cowboys job. I talked about that on CBS.
I forgot he got a job open because they let go of McCarthy after denying McCarthy to.
He's been with the Packers. He's been with the Packers.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good fit for them. I still want somebody offensively there, though.
All right. So
it doesn't really matter who the Cowboys coach is.
It doesn't. We're done with the Cowboys. Jets win. They do not win. They come up short. So it's JB moving on. Hey, those last few seconds on the bounce were pretty hairy, but JB pulls it out. He's moving on next week.
Shout out to Chandler. We didn't pick him, but man, that young man played a great ball game at the end. He didn't give up. He stayed in it. And shout out to JB for not getting rattled towards the end there and figuring out how to hold on and score that last touchdown.
Hey, man, he held serve. He absolutely did. Let's go ahead and serve it over to our buddy, our sideline reporter and sportscaster, esportscaster extraordinaire. She is Andrea Richmond. A-Rich standing by with JB. Woo! He got by, but he's moving on.
JB, I know there's sweat on your brow, but at the end of the day, you were able to make sure to win this thing. I could point up a lot of different things. The 2-point conversion, though, I think you'll probably say, hey, you go for points, you pick those points, right? So let's talk about those interceptions, because I feel like those were some situations where you get a couple of them, right? Obviously, you throw one at first, but then you get a couple back-to-back. You probably feel, hey, I get some turnovers on me. I can go ahead and stretch this thing out, but at the end of the day, Chandler came right back. How was it? How was he able to make sure that he was intercepting the ball from you? And honestly, did you feel some sweat coming down on the side of your neck when it started to happen in bunches?
Honestly, I just kind of made a dumb read there. I was throwing a drag route, and I didn't realize he had his safety manned up across the field. And so I'm expecting the safety from that same side to be manned on him, and so he'd be open on a crossing route. And I kind of just blindly threw it. It wasn't really looking.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, there was a couple plays right there at the end that was the big difference in the game. He drove down the field. You were able to make sure that he wasn't able to score the points, and time ran out. How are you able to milk the clock out and make sure that he didn't score right back on you?
I turned on 2 clock for that entire last drive I had. Honestly, I didn't execute it as perfectly as I wanted to, because there was a 3rd and inches where had I picked that up, I would have been able to chew it out and bring it down to literally me either kicking the tie on the last play of the game or going for the win. But I ended up scoring with like 20 seconds left, so it gave him a couple plays, but I was still pretty comfortable.
And at the end of the day, this is a game of time. Well, and also 2 inches. And at the end of the day, you inched out the victory. That's all that matters, JB. We're going to throw it back to Larry and Nubyjas to talk about the victory, the dub that JB got.
He's a champ, and he's moving on, and he'll be in the AFC Championship game in a couple of weeks. We're going to let him get out of here, guys, because I don't like keeping everybody here unless it's a championship game, and I want to make sure we get out of here on time, and it's 10 o'clock. It's 10:01, so we're going to get out of here. We'll see JB in a couple of weeks. For JB, before we get out of here, guys, do we have my Larry's locks real quick? Do we have those? Let's go ahead and take a look at my Larry locks real quick, and we'll get out of here, guys. They're my Larry locks presented to you by our good friends at Molly Pop. MollyPopGrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy. Check them out online there. Taking the world by sweet storm with the peak bag promise. There's good, and then there's Molly good. MollyPopGrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy. NFC Championship game, I've got Eagles. An AFC Championship game, I took the Bills. In the show I said Chiefs, but I thought the Bills were going to win. You know what? I'm going with the Bills. Nope, that's what I told Kevin earlier. I'm taking the Bills. So let's go Buffalo. That's what we're going to do. They're the Larry locks. Before we also get out of here, folks, if you want to join our Madden League, make sure that you go online and join us at competeforever.com/Madden Leagues, free entry, ages 13 and up. All online, you can win cash and other prizes. Once again, competeforever.com/Madden League. Also, if you want to be part of that 1.7 and get your hands on 1.7 million or part of $1.7 million, check them out right now. MCS Playoffs Madden Championship Series is going down tomorrow as well, and early next week. And then also go online for more information and learn more at MaddenChampionship.com. Once again, that's MaddenChampionship.com for the upcoming events with the MCS. Kevin, before I get out of here, I guess we got to take care of our good friends. We were at River City Gaming last week. The fourth quarter and the post-game show brought to you by our good friends at River City Gaming, GameWithRC.com. They're located in Rahway, New Jersey, right there in the heart of downtown Rahway, New Jersey, right off Main Street. Beautiful gaming center, large gaming center. You can play sports games, video games. They got VR as well, virtual reality. They got Xboxes, PCs, PS5s, you name it. They got everything you want. Air hockey. You got pool tables, Connect 4, you got Pop-A-Shot, everything's all there, man. Also, they got snacks as well. They got different levels as far as attendance and coming in. You can do day, night, middle of the day, all day. It doesn't matter. They're open 7 days a week, and they stay open until 11 p.m. Eastern time. Check them out online. Our good friend Gerard Motley will see him in a few weeks as well back there at River City Gaming. Check them out online, GameWithRC.com. All right, guys, we're literally going to get out of here now. I'm not joking. That's going to do it. I want to thank JB, Andrea Richmond. She's down in the A. My guy, Nubyjas Wilborn, is always there in the confluence with those three rivers. We'll see you next Tuesday. It'll be the NFC Divisional round, and we'll see you guys in 1 week. That'll do it here live from Brooklyn. Chicken and Lobster in Brooklyn off Mother Gaston Boulevard, man. Soul food and seafood colliding. We saw some collisions here on the football field. And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys. Have a great week. Bye-bye, folks.